give credit to the Buccaneers. They're a well-coached team, very talented, and obviously they deserve to win tonight. Generally speaking, we have to do everything better. We didn't do anything really well enough to win the game tonight. Can't make mistakes with turnovers, penalties, and mental errors. We've got to make sure we put our players in a better position through coaching. Got to make sure we execute. We have the opportunity to make plays. And that being said, our focus will shift to Philadelphia. We have a 6-day week turnaround for division opponent. We'll begin immediately tomorrow, getting ready for the next opponent. But we're not going to turn the page on this as coaches until we make sure all the corrections are made. So that being said, I'll open to any questions you have.
Joe, what did you think of your players' body language tonight when things started going wrong? Particularly thinking after, you guys tied at 10-10. They come right down, make it 17-10. At that point, did you think that your guys responded well?
I thought our guys stayed in tune to the game. I thought they did, especially, through the first. I know the part you're talking about when they went down to 17-10. I thought our guys were in tune to the game, competitive. Look, down the stretch, I got to look at some things on tape before I make any, assessments, but we got to make sure we do a better job putting our players in positions to have success. And then we got to go out there and we got to execute and finish the plays when they're in front of us.
Joe, on that 4th and 1 play there.
Yeah, first drive of the second half.
Yeah. So were you rushing to the line to beat the clock there, or was that part of the strategy? And then what were the options there for Daniel?
I'm not going to go through a complete play dissection in terms of the tempo of the line. That was part of the strategy right there. We have different tempos like every team does as far as mixing them in at different times. That one right there was as far as moving to the line. Obviously looking for a quick snap off a direct read. So obviously it didn't work.
What happened before halftime? It looked like ran that play. The clock kind of ran down. And then you guys called timeout, and then as opposed to calling a timeout right away, I was just curious what the thought process was.
Yeah, they had multiple timeouts. I want to make sure we could move the ball in position right there. Just get a shot at the end zone.
How would you assess Daniel's play tonight? How would you assess Daniel's play tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the tape before I make any final assessments on individual players.
What about your offense as a whole? What do you make of that? You scored 10 points. 3 of them came hit the ball at the 5-yard line.
We got to do a better job scoring points. I know it sounds pretty obvious and to the point with it, but I'm gonna keep it just very blunt on that right there. We got to do a better job putting our players in position to make plays. We have too many good players. We got to put them in a better position to capitalize on it. That's it. We got to make sure, we sit down tomorrow as a coaching staff and understand how we got to play this game and give our players a chance to make plays. So in reference to any kind of body language or anything at the end of the game, I'll handle the corrections we got to make. All right. But as a player, there's some things I'd be frustrated too with as well.
What thing would that be?
I'm gonna keep that between the team right there. But
Do you still have faith in Jason Garrett as your offensive coordinator?
I have faith in all the people on our team, players, coaches, everything. But look, we'll assess everything as a team, make any move we need to going forward.
Is he going to be your?
I'm not going to go into that right now.
Joe, do you think at times today on offense, the offensive line did not give you guys a chance to, get a successful play going?
I thought at times the guys protected very well, especially early when we played the game the way we talked about playing it throughout the week, and we called it the way we, talked about calling it throughout the week and giving the guys an opportunity to push the ball down the field. We had a lot of shots down the field. Some we capitalized on, some drew penalties, some, whatever they ended up down the field, had opportunities. We got into a mix at the end of the game. We're behind. Obviously they knew we were going to throw. We got to change it up more than that. We got to make sure that, we call the game, give our players a better chance for success.
Joe, anytime we've asked you if you're going to make a change with the coordinator, you've always flatly said no. You understand?
Let's not read too far into this right now, Dan. I respect and understand the question, but I'm going to stay off that right now.
Ideally you want to produce on all sides of the ball in all games, but this is a game where you have basically all your skill guys back and your back except for Sterling, right? So would you have thought that you guys would have done a lot more than you did offensively?
I expect us to produce at a higher level. Let's keep it at that. My expectations are pretty high, and I'm not compromising for anybody.
How does Kenny only go through a game and have one target? How does Kenny go through a game and only have one target?
He had more than one, but it wasn't enough. So he had more than one, but it wasn't enough. We'll make sure we correct that.
You seem more upset today than you have been, in the past. What is about this is bothering you maybe more?
I wouldn't read too far right now versus any other time. I think you come out of a game like this, you prepare extremely hard for. You knew they're a tough opponent. There's a way you have to play the game. I get frustrated for the players. All right, hold up a second. I stay late and I wake up early because I want to see the players have success. Let's not make a mistake about that. My only concern is the team success. And when I say team, it starts with the players. They're the most important part of the team. So when the guys work hard throughout the week, I want to make sure they have an opportunity to reap the benefits of that hard work. All right, now that comes down to coaching and playing. Guys got to execute plays too, and I got to look at the tape, make sure we make the corrections, where it sees fit. But I've got to make sure, from my standpoint, that I get this completely right for the players to go out there, that they can play aggressive and understand we're in a position to have success. So, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody works, the hours, and comes away without success and just sits on back and says, that's okay, we'll go get them next time. So that's not really in my DNA. It's not really in our demeanor, okay? I'm going to keep, more of a constant, consistent approach and attitude with the players. They know what to expect from me on a daily basis. I'm always going to be the same with them. Win or lose, they're going to know what to expect. But I'm going to be very direct and be very honest and be very blunt. I'm going to make sure they understand that I care about them and respect them as a person, but also that means, pushing them in a position that they have to get outside their comfort level. That all being said, when the players do that and they respond the way we ask them to and they work the way we ask them to, I expect to be in a position to produce more than we have. I expect to produce at a high level. I've said that from the beginning. I'm not going to compromise that from anyone. I've got a vision of this team that we're going to build towards, and we're going to get that right. I'm not taking shortcuts. I'm not thinking short term, but everything stacks in a long-term vision.
What do you say to the people, though, who are sitting there saying, hey, we're waiting for this vision, how much longer do we have to wait?
Look, it's not your job to be patient. It's not the fans' job to be patient. It's our job to go out there, all right, and give them something to cheer about. So let's just be clear about that right now. Fans buy tickets. Whatever they want to say in the stands, they've bought that right to do that. Fans support us. Fans watch us at home, okay? They root for us. They pull for us. We appreciate that. It's our job to give them something to be proud of. It's not their job to, have blind faith in us. We've got to go out there and we have to work and put ourselves in a position that the fan base has something to cheer for, okay? So, look, I take this very personally, all right? I'm a man of my word. When I look in the camera and I tell people of New York, New Jersey, the fan base area, when I tell them we're going to give you something to be proud of, I'm not asking you to be patient. That's not your job. I'm telling you we're going to put something on the field you can be proud of. Okay, that's on my name. Okay, you understand that? That's on my name. All right? I'm the leader of this team. I'm in charge of this team. That's on me. I don't point fingers. I don't make excuses. All right? We're going to get this right. I'm not asking them to, be patient through it. I'm just telling you point blank, like I just told the players. I told the players, you just show up on Wednesday, ready to go. That's it. You just show up ready to go. All right? That's it. We'll have a plan for them.
Were you bothered at all by Jason's comments about the O-line this week?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Were you bothered at all by Jason's comments about the O-line this week?
To be honest with you, Dan, I didn't go through every article of what everyone's written. No one's really presented me with a lot of things. I've seen some of the things the coaches have said. If there's something that needs to be brought to my attention, it normally is. I didn't see a ton of things that were said. So I'll go ahead and I'll look in the comments and see if there's anything I need to be concerned about.
Is it fair to say, you've come back on it a few times tonight, Don, you're not putting the players in the good enough position to succeed? That seems to be, you're taking it as, it's more the coaches than the players. Is that a fair read on how you're?
Yeah, put that on down. You can put that down tonight. Got that? You guys can write that tonight. All right. Now, the players got to execute. That's their job, right? It's our job to teach them. It's their job to go out there and execute. But we've got to make sure we keep putting them in a position to have success. And it's got to be consistently that way. So, you can go ahead and write that down, and I'm not going to debate that.
Joe, was there anything injury related to Saquon? It seemed like once the score got to a certain point, you guys put Booker in there when you were running kind of 4-minute. Anything with Saquon, or just a matter of taking?
No, we're just mixing in. We're just mixing guys in and out.
Do you think you guys, like when a guy like Will Hernandez is struggling that badly, do you consider taking him out, or do you think that you guys need to scheme to protect weaknesses better?
I'm not going to speak. This is not directly at Will, so I don't want this skewed in any way, shape, or form about Will. Let's be clear about that right there. I'm going to watch the tape. I'm going to evaluate everything. Every player, every coach, make all decisions that are best for a team going forward. So simply put on that, everything's accounted for, everything's evaluated, and everything will be evaluated going forward. So that is not directly at Will. I don't want something skewed and turned around because he was part of that question. But any player, any coach, everything's evaluated.